Big Z Reviews. Free Guy is the newest Ryan Reynolds film, and this one is about an NPC in a Grand Theft Auto-like world, or Grand Theft Auto Live-like world, and he kind of becomes self-aware. And this is an interesting film. I enjoyed it.
There is no easy way to say this. This world, it's a video game. You're not real.
Please stop my phone.
And the guy responsible for this world was going to destroy it.
You've met God?
Yes, he's an absolute troll.
Trolls exist.
So again, this mainly stars Ryan Reynolds, and they also have Jodie Comer as like a developer and a person that like interacts, falls in love with Ryan Reynolds' character, you know, and the guy in this game. And you also have Taika Waititi, Lil Howery, and Joe Keery, who is another like developer. And there's interesting stuff. It's a video game world. It definitely feels like inspired by Grand Theft Auto, and there's a lot of little Easter eggs about other video games and different stuff in it. And I enjoyed this movie. I didn't love it though. It was just like, it was fine. Like I saw it in theaters. But it's like, I feel like now every time a movie says only in theaters, it's like a threat, you know. But I feel safe enough because I'm vaccinated, and there's not a lot of people in my area, so I go to my theater. A lot of times I may be the only one in there, or there may be like a couple other people. So I wear a mask and I take it off when I'm seated, and I feel fine. So, but I feel like I wouldn't have minded seeing this at home. I don't think it added that much to see it on the big screen. But, you know, I still did enjoy it a lot. It's an interesting idea. It reminded me a little bit of Yossi Crosshall had a book. I forget what it's called. It's been like a while since I read it, where it was like an NPC that was self-aware. I think that was like in an MMORPG. But this is a pretty original idea, you know, that like there's this these NPCs or non-playable characters in this online game. Like he becomes self-aware, and like he also like feels like he's like a virus almost. Not really, but like when he interacts with other people, they kind of start waking up too and becoming more than just an NPC. You know, more than just really basic, you know, character, like AI character, more like a true artificial intelligence. And there's also like half the movie is in this game, Free City, I believe it's called, and then half of this film is kind of in the real world, with like Taika Waititi is an evil game developer or CEO of a game studio, and like he kind of cheated out Jodie Comer and Joe Keery. Like he bought their indie game, which was, the whole idea was the artificial intelligences of the NPC characters kind of grow and evolve as the game continues on. And like he stole the code and used it to just have the NPC characters in this Grand Theft Auto clone. And there's some interesting stuff that I know. Like I like that, you know, he's the evil guy, is the CEO of the game developer, especially when, you know, all of the shit that's come out with Activision and Blizzard, with the horrible things that they were doing, the frat culture of the developers, and how they would sexually harass and rape women developers and get them fired, or they wouldn't go up the ladder. Like only the guy friends would become like the heads of the divisions. Like that they show that sometimes the big development studios can be very toxic. And there's a little bit of that in Taika Waititi. Although he is so over the top. I kind of like it, but at the same time, it's like he is so outrageous. But I mean, and then in the world, there's a lot of, you know, I like what stuff they do, but like essentially Ryan Reynolds, like he sees Jodie Comer in the game, and he like falls in love with her immediately. And then he kind of can't, and he's like, he wants to help her, and like she's trying to find proof that the code is still underlying and inside the game, and like there's like a weird glitch that some player recorded, and she's trying to find it. I think that's like the MacGuffin. And Ryan Reynolds, like, he tries to help her, so he gets the sunglasses, which is like the gaming HUD in the video game. But like he then starts leveling up to try to, so he is powerful enough to help her, and he levels up by being a good guy, by like stealing other people's guns and saving people, and it was fun. You know, it's an interesting idea. The only thing is, like, the main plot point, the main thing that drives everything along, is that there's a Free City 2 coming out, and that all the AIs are going to be erased, like all of their memories or whatever. And also, but there's like a weird thing that, like, he's lying to all the players about how it's backwards compatible. And it's like, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to have something, a driving force to move the plot along. But I feel like that kind of breaks down the world of games we're living in right now. Because, I mean, there's not the same amount of money in sequels. Like, the whole thing is, like, they're trying to do, like, a whole series. And there is that, like, in the Call of Duty and Madden and all of the, like, general consumer games, like all of the bro games, like, that's, the sequels are where it's at. But the most money, and the kind of like the creepiest, like the stuff is especially for all stuff that's more like massively online, is extra content. Like, I mean, like, even like there's a reason there hasn't been a Grand Theft Auto game in like a decade, a new one. And that's because they made Grand Theft Auto Live. And so that's just microtransactions. It's all this money pours in, and the only thing you have to develop, a blue gun? It's a blue! So that's Angry Joe Show. But that's more for the other, Valiant, I think it was, that was the blue from. But, like, you know, all of these games, they have seasons. They have, like, season passes that you pay them $40 for, instead of buying a whole new game. That's where the really creepy, shitty stuff is, all the microtransactions and the loot boxes and the gambling and stuff. And there's a little bit like that. They show, like, the shoes, like, how much money it costs, stuff like, but that's less, I think there's, like, I don't know if the writers, like, are that, like, into, like, the what gaming is like now, other than all the little Easter eggs they do. But like, I feel like they should be. They definitely, like, I know. I always loved the Grand Theft Auto games, and I loved the last one. Was such a great game. And then, like, Live finally came out, and I think I finished the game, and I was like, let's check out Live. And I did it, and they setting up, you're supposed to, hey, go to your clothing store and outfit your character. And there's like a server. There's only like 12 people per server, I think, in the world. And but I remember I was like trying to buy clothes for my character and change them. And all of a sudden, one of the guys that I came in with killed me, and I was like, what the hell? I was in the middle of that, so I had to drive back to the store to try to finish starting the game. And I was like, like, I'm good. Like, I'm sure now it's better, but like, I don't really love those styles of games generally. I prefer like a story-based game that, like, one player generally. I mean, I dabble with some of the other stuff. I just never really grabbed a hold of me. But, you know, this is an interesting film, and I like what it does. It's funny. Like, it has some cool moments. But it's just, like, it's not something I think I would want to come back to. Like, I don't see myself watching this again, really. I don't see myself buying this movie when it comes out on Blu-ray or whatever. Like, it's fine. You know, I enjoy my time with it. I would recommend it, but not too highly. Like, but it has some interesting things to say. I mean, it's funny. It has some cool little things with the artificial intelligence and with a woman falling in love with a game character. So I'd recommend it, but I don't know if I'd recommend going to theaters to see it right now unless you feel safe and something that you would think you would like. But I'd probably give like a 7.25 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.